How's it going, everybody? Positive Key Gaming, dropping you another update for RuneScape. After our atrocious little price gouge on the membership, in my opinion, we got a decent little update here. Hopefully, it'll make up a little bit for it. We have Havenhythe, something we've been waiting long time for. One of the biggest expansion, if not the biggest expansion to RuneScape in a very long time. Basically, they say they got down to their roots on this. They got bare bones, back to the old school style, and hooked it up. So we'll go through this and we'll see if there's anything that gives us hints that they did that. Right. Once home to a first-age civilization, Havenhythe is a land steeped in deep layered history. It was the site of a powerful magical nexus and the birthplace of the Colossi, and the resting place of a long dormant gateway to vampirism itself. At first glance, the region feels vibrant and alive, a grounded, organic landscape filled with villages, curious oddities, and those small, familiar RuneScape moments. The kind of place where you could fix a fence in the morning and uncover ancient lore by the afternoon. As you travel further beyond the village of Havenhythe, the atmosphere begins to shift. The forest grows thinner, the air turns colder, and as Havenhythe expands throughout the year, you'll feel a steady pull eastward, toward a land that becomes darker, more dangerous, and unmistakably tainted. The lay of the land. Building Havenhythe has given us a chance to return to RuneScape's roots. Havenhythe is an organic, permanent part of the overworld. It's homely and hands-on and full of rich history. For part 1, we built Havenhythe with early to mid-game adventures in mind. It's somewhere you can settle and train, explore, examine everything. Head south from Havenhythe, and if you wish to find lush fields and a wild, somewhat enchanted vibe. But if you wish to head north, the land rises sharply into steep mountains. Hollow Hill, a home to a settlement of giants and their king. At least, that's what he looks like to them. But travel far east enough and things will begin to change. Not suddenly, but in a slow, unsettling way. You'll notice that it looks a little bit more desolate than the top spots there. The forests thin out, the land starts to feel strangely drained of life, ancient ruins begin to surface, quiet reminders that something very old once took root here. Whispers spread of the sanguine, and the new vampiric presence stirring beyond the tree line. Proof that even a place called a haven has its dangers. And further still, the fractured remains of a first-age city stand in the silent defiance of time. The local lot. But before we get swept onto the local dangers, dust dwellers, dread hogs, let's take a moment to meet the people that call Havenhythe home. Welcome to Havenhythe, a small, quiet village where farmers tend to their fields, fishermen cast their lines, and few locals dream of being heroes one day. Life here moves at its own pace, full of small, everyday moments that make it feel lived in and familiar. The houses in Havenhythe feel lived in, shaped by their occupants, and you're free to wander, poke around, and explore. Because in Havenhythe, your curiosity and a little trespassing can lead to an adventure. So that's a little Easter egg for you right there. There might be little quests or little events that you could do here. That'd be pretty interesting. We'll see how that goes. But don't let the calm fool you. These are the people you'll be fighting for when danger shows up at the doorstep, or when it sinks its teeth in. From protecting the villagers' homes to chasing off the creatures lurking just beyond the fields, Havenhythe is where your journey really begins, giving you a taste of both the community and the challenges that lie ahead in Havenhythe. The village is guided by 3 distinct leaders, each with their own approach and personality. Adam is the thinker of the group, valuing planning and foresight, measure twice, cut once. Esther, on the other hand, is a master of logic and structure. As a highly skilled alchemist, she approaches problems practically, always searching for efficient solutions and ways to make the village run smoothly. Then there's Zeke, the lead ranger, whose approach couldn't be more different, headstrong and confident, charging in where others hesitate, and trusting instinct over analysis. Together, these three shape Wendlewick's prosperity. Of course, Wendlewick is not the only place you'll find life. Across Havenhythe, you'll find people everywhere, tucked into the mountains, hidden into the deep southern forest, each playing their part. Basically, I think you're just going to be sitting there, and there's going to be an event where you're with these three guys fighting off some waves. That's just my theory. Alright, what's happening here? So, how does the journey begin? Before you even set foot in Havenhythe, your journey begins somewhere more familiar, the rusty anchor in Port Surem. The salty scent of the sea drifts through the air, and the chatter of the sailor fills the room. You sink onto a stool, then the bartender slides you a drink your way. There's no label, no explanation, just a strange bubbling concoction that radiates an almost ominous energy. And just like that, you're plunged into a curious hallucination. In your first quest, visions of Havenhythe, beneath your questionable tavern decisions, something far more deliberate is unfolding. Inanna, the spiritual guardian of Havenhythe, has called to you to aid her people. Never one to turn down a challenge, you'll set sail and meet the locals before connecting Havenhythe back to the mainland and setting the dominoes in motion. Following that, in the second story quest, Hearts of Sanguine, you'll start by investigating the strange vision that brought you here and the unusual events unfolding on the outskirts of town. You quickly realize you're not the only one paying attention to these creeping, unsettling signs, and the deeper you dig, the more it becomes clear this isn't just simple local disturbance. It's far older and far more deliberate, and it's waiting for you in the east. Alongside the main storyline, you can enjoy some homely standalone quests, like helping a would-be wizard find his footing in the Whiz Kid, or mediating a surprisingly complex housing dispute for some smaller Havenhythe residents in hermit permits. Because even in the land with its fair share of lurking dangers, you still need planning permission. So they're adding a couple more quests in Havenhythe, which is to be expected. Hopefully they're good. How friendly is the local wildlife? To support early and mid-game progression, part 1 of Havenhythe introduces 2 brand new early game bosses designed to guide players into the world of bossing and looking to grow stronger before tackling the more dangerous threats that await deeper in Havenhythe later this year. First up, we have Ivar, King of Bones. Ruling from within the pile of bones at Hollow Hill, this not so gentle giant will help you learn a little more about the defensive prayers, alongside expanding the hill giant's story along the way. It looks pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. He'll provide a useful boost to early prayer training, always dropping a colossal bone that can be buried for a solid chunk of prayer XP. On top of that, he wields the Bone Crusher Maul, a powerful two-handed melee weapon that not only hits hard but also automatically crushes bones for you, saving time and effort. As a bonus, he drops a Skull Mask that gives a boost to your early game magic power, making him a valuable target for both combat and progression and multiple skills. Basically, if you're playing this game, you have to take out this guy, because that is the Bone Crusher Maul is crucial to have if you're trying to get prayer. Like, makes so much easier just as you're questing, as you're playing the game. You're always going to be killing stuff, so it's good to have. On to the next part. After him, we will have Silverquill, the Sanguine Hedgehog. She's a fierce, bloodthirsty hedgehog whose fight is all about attention and timing. You'll need to watch her carefully, learn her tells, and move at just the right moment to dodge her telegraphed attacks. Facing her is a lesson in reading your opponent, anticipating their moves, and reacting. Skills that will serve you well in every boss encounter to come. By defeating Silverquill, you'll get your hands on a silver and sanguine spines, new materials that can be used to tip bolts that'll aid you in your fight against the Sanguine. With these 2 early game bosses, our goal is to bring bossing back to its roots, easing new and returning players into combat, preparing them for what lies ahead, and helping close the gap between early and end game bossing. And for the completionists among you, there's still plenty to chase, with unique drops, pets, titles to unlock. Time to hunt. Havenhythe will also bring a major expansion to the hunter's skill, raising the level cap to 110 and introducing a new big game hunter system, but this time the hunt works a little bit differently. Because in Havenhythe, the creatures aren't just being tracked, they're hunting you right back. These encounters are all about awareness and survival. If you're careless, the wild creatures of Havenhythe will sniff you out, and they're very motivated. Basically, you're gonna have to set traps and hide to get these things. Looks pretty cool. Hopefully it's as intricate as it looks, but in a simpler way. Staying hidden, moving carefully, and picking the right moment to strike will be key. Keep your nerves, stay quiet, and when the time is right, turn the tables on them, and for some of the best hunter XP in the game. The spoils of these hunts will feed directly into the 110 crafting progression. Materials gathered from these hunts can be used to craft tier 85 Apex hide armor, a powerful new ranged armor set that sits alongside equipment like Star Bloom robes and primal armor as the ranged equivalent. And if you're aiming even higher, these materials will also play a role in crafting the brand new Masterwork ranged armor. Alongside these additions to the top end of the hunter, we will be looking to add more to the earlier portions of the skill to help plug in some holes. Flush out and capture jackalopes at level 32, which can be used to craft a new summoning to assist with archaeology soil sifting. Okay, that's good. So maybe we don't have to run all the way back to sift every time. Alongside this, we've improved rabbit snare hunting as ferrets will now flush out all the barrows. Okay, that's good. Clockwork traps, a new style of trap for the more laid-back hunter. So basically an more AFK way. Clockwork traps. Unlocked from 55, you can craft these mechanized traps that can hold multiple critters, starting from 2 and growing up to 5 per trap as you level hunter. That is sick. That is absolutely sick. That will help. I don't like leveling hunter. I'm one of those people. I don't like it. So this will help me. Black Chinchampa slot in at level 73 to fill it in a gap in box trapping. These little critters can be used with 65 ranged for some explosive results. Spirit moths can be found in the high-welled forest and hollow trees. Flush them out and capture them using a butterfly net for a reliable source of summoning charms. Gold moths appear from level 18, but you can also find green level 32, crimson level 49, blue level 64 as you progress. Havenhythe if I could speak some English right there, restart that. Havenhythe will be the home to a new hunter method in the form of birdhouses. You can craft the birdhouses from various levels of logs and clockwork before setting them up in areas around Havenhythe and filling them with seeds to entice local wildlife. This method will stretch from level 5 all the way up to eternal birdhouses at level 101. New location and new opportunities. Alongside the many new hunter skilling nodes, Part 1 of Havenhythe also offers a variety of skilling nodes and benefits to a variety of skills such as summoning. Head south to the Shrine to Inanna to find empowered obelisks that can be used to craft your summoning pouches. These obelisks become empowered and are a slower, more active summoning method as you create pouches that at the empowered obelisk you will stack up a buff that will give you a chance to save materials while boosting your XP rates. Good place to use those charms you have gathered from the spirit moths. Alright, so basically a boosted summoning method. I like it. Pop on down to the shore and you'll find the fish farm. Okay, cool. Here you'll be able to cultivate batches of lobsters, swordfish, sharks, and the new giant crayfish in a more active fishing method where you'll manage up to 4 pools by feeding fish, cleaning the water, and preventing algae growth. In exchange, you'll be able to harvest more fish, gain more XP than at the traditional spots. I think these two right here are pretty good. We're coming up with stuff here, guys. We're coming up with stuff, you know? It's not all bad. Alright, wood cutting. While you will want to be chopping other trees to gather logs for crafting bird houses, Havenhythe will also contain creeping ivy, previously called red ivy in earlier drafts at level 35, slower depleting tree, perfect for relaxed woodcutting. Slayer. While the threats in Sanguine are everywhere, you can find the Sanguine crawlers towards the east. These corrupted tree saplings are available from level 35 Slayer and can drop the new hybrid vampirism gloves, which offer a small bonus to all styles while converting some of the damage you deal into healing, which is sick. Alongside these additions, there will be plenty of skilling nodes dotted around the area. Trees to chop, agility shortcuts to leap, mines to pick, farming patches, and fishing pots, etc. Yeah, fishing spots. A little bit of everything to fleshing out the world as its own ecosystem. Our goal with Havenhythe is for it to feel woven into the fabric of the core game, as naturally a part of your journey as Varrock or Falador. Hopefully it is. Havenhythe Part 1 is your first step into the new land, opening the door to everything that lies beyond. From there, the story will steadily draw you further east, deeper into a region where the mysteries and the dangers only grow. As the years unfold, Havenhythe will continue to expand. Later in the spring, a new story quest will push the narrative forward and reveal more of what's stirring beneath the surface. In the summer, a First Age archaeology dig site will open, uncovering long buried away history and ancient secrets that have remained hidden for centuries. The story will ultimately culminate to Havenhythe Part 2, arriving toward the end of 2026. There you'll face one of the region's greatest threats, the Gurazi Blood Knights, and a brand new solo and duo combat boss encounter that will test even the most experienced adventurers. See you there on March 23rd. Alright, hopefully that sums up, gives you some type of info that you need. It's a lot of cool things here. I think my main takeaways are the two bosses, the solo duo boss right here. That's going to be pretty hype. Hopefully it drops some good stuff, gives us some good progression. And also, the fishing and the summoning, I'm pretty hyped for, along with the hunter. Being able to cultivate your own fish farms is going to be sweet because you could just target, and you could just chill in the one spot and you get more XP. I like that. And the empowered obelisks that stack and give you boost and save you one of the most expensive skills in the game. That'll be good. What was the other thing? Oh, and the hunter. So that trap that gives you 4 to 5 or 2 to 5 rabbits on a rip, that'll help us out a lot. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of info. Hopefully it helped. If it did, drop a sub, drop a like, drop some feedback. I'm always trying to help you guys out with these news and info coming out. So if you can help me out with that, I would greatly appreciate it. As always, thank you very much again. Stay positive out there, guys.